I've got Lego games on the brain again. I've been playing through Lego Hobbit. I've got Lego Jurassic World. There's about maybe 5 more Lego games in my PlayStation 3 collection sets that I still need to get my hands on to get around to playing. That's a the Batman 1, Indiana Jones 1 and 2, the Lego Movie, and I think Star Wars 3. I think those are the only 5 I'm missing. I plan to cover each and every single Lego game. I just find these games fascinating. They're so easy to make, and yet there's just simple fun, and in the best ways. And they've made quite a few of them for the PlayStation 4 era, but they seem to be slowing down. I don't know why. I don't know why they're slowing down. There's no shortage of Lego ideas that I've got, and here's one of them that just came to my mind, and I just needed to share this Lego game pitch that I've got in my head, and I'm thinking of all the licensing things, and I think Warner's, who owns Take-Two Interactive, who also has the license to make Lego games, they have all of this in their IP back catalog of vault stuff that they own. And the idea that I have is Lego Scooby-Doo. That's right, Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo, and the Warner Brothers has been working with Scooby-Doo for 60 plus years now. And I think now would be a ripe time for a Scooby-Doo sort of celebration, revival, a celebration of all of the old Scooby-Doo. There is a comic series that came out recently, or within the past decade or so, and it's with Batman and Robin, with Batmite. They're joining forces with the Mystery Inc. gang, Scooby-Doo gang, and they enter the Scoobyverse, the multiverse of Scooby-Doo stories, and they get to see all of their past versions, their alternate selves, from 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, original Where Are You Scooby-Doo, a pup named Scooby-Doo, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo get a clue. There's so many various TV shows of Scooby-Doo, various versions, Red Shirt Shaggy, with Flim Flam, Scrappy, Vincent Von Ghoul, tons of variations of the Mystery Gang, and they're all there. They're all in this alternate, multiverse comic. And there are so many ideas that you could do with something like that. There's so many stories that you could tell with something like that. And I thought to myself, what if you made a Lego game based off that Scooby-Doo multiverse story? You would have many versions of the exact same Mystery Inc., but that's no strange. Lego games are no stranger to giving you multiple versions of the same character. I think there's like 5 Aragorns in Lego Lord of the Rings. There's like 4 Thorins in Lego Hobbit. There's various outfits. Each version of it would be the same character, and that's obvious. We have plenty of things like that in Lego games already, so we're not going to have too much differentiation there. But the fun part is maybe you could make each version a little bit differently, such as Red Shirt Shaggy may have a different ability. You can have Vincent Von Ghoul finally. We could get Vincent Von Ghoul in there, Flim Flam Panic in there, and we just have various versions of the Scooby-Doo gang getting together. Batman and Robin are all going to be in there, playable characters and all that fun stuff. Batmite and the Scooby-Doo Mite. There's this alternate version that's in a Scooby-Doo outfit that acts just like Batmite, and they're messing with the multiverse or whatever, and it's pretty funny. And I don't know, I thought about it, and I realized you could make this work. You could make this work, and it would just be a love letter to all of the Scooby-Doo properties, and even crossover characters. You could bring in Johnny Bravo from the Scooby-Doo crossover with Johnny Bravo in Season 1. You could bring in Courage the Cowardly Dog, Eustace and Muriel, maybe a couple Courage villains from the Straight Outta Nowhere movie. You could bring in Elvira from, I think it was Happy Halloween or Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. You can bring in Elvira. You can bring in the Blue Falcon, Dynamite. You can bring in Crypto the Super Dog. You can bring in a lot of guest characters from all these Scooby-Doo movies. You can bring in the Globetrotters. You can bring in Don Knotts. You can bring in all the classic monsters and have some of these the Black Knight, the Tar Monster, the Snow Ghost, all these other guys. They're all getting in there. They all got strange little powers and strange little goo doohickeys and gadgets. You can get them all in there. Maybe add Joker or Scarecrow. Batman's villain, Scarecrow, actually was one of the villains in one of the Scooby-Doo movies, so that's pretty funny. You could add him in there, maybe. It's just an idea that I had. It's just something I think about. I thought about it, and I realized just how well that could work. You could bring in so many characters into this thing. I could easily fill out maybe a 150 to 200 character minifig and big figure roster in this. You could maybe have the hub worlds being like the Batcave, maybe Shaggy's house in Coolsville or something. Maybe some mystery incorporated hub, little laboratory place or whatever. Who knows? Maybe you can have some sort of nexus where you can enter the various multiverse worlds of all of the Scooby verses and all that fun stuff. And you can add in the soundtracks for the various properties. Maybe have a level where you're focusing on a pup named Scooby-Doo's characters, and you can get that classic, like, jazzy, snappy music from the pup named Scooby-Doo era. Maybe the classic original soundtrack for the Where Are You levels. It's just infinite possibilities, man. Infinite possibilities you could do with a game like this. And you own all the properties. You own all the ideas. You own Scooby-Doo. You own Blue Falcon. You own Birdman. You own... I don't know if you own Elvira. You might have to figure something out with that. You may have to figure out how to get Kiss in there as well. You know, the movie with the Kiss. That was awesome. That movie was friggin' amazing. That would be pretty funny if they ever licensed the Kiss characters and they have their superpowers and whatnot in the game. Have a Kiss level. That'd be friggin' hilarious. It'd be amazing. Fantastic. It's just something I think about. It's just something I thought about, and I thought, you know what? That could be a pretty good Lego game. You know, you could throw that together 2 years, maybe, and you could throw that together, just throw it out there. You have Lego Scooby-Doo movies. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them already, so it's not like this is a foreign idea. There are plenty of Lego sets around Scooby-Doo. You have the minifigs. You have a lot of them already. You just need to adapt it into a video game. You could easily do that. You could easily make a Scooby-Doo video game. Just do not put it on a friggin' mobile phone. Don't. I despise mobile games. Just, no. Put it on a console. A console. Maybe PC, obviously PC Master or ACS. But the consoles, a PlayStation, a physical console. Put it on a console. That is where the joy is had. That's where all of the moms are going to buy the copy for their kids, and they're just going to put it on a console. That's where you need to put your Lego games, on consoles, you know, not on the friggin' mobile phones. No, that mobile phone idea that I looked up with this big multiverse with a ton of ideas, there's so many ideas in it, and all the optional characters you could have on that phone with the multiverse game. There's amazing idea, amazing properties, but it was trapped on a mobile phone. And then it died because it was a mobile phone game instead of being on consoles where it would have lived a whole lot longer. Learn from your mistakes. Don't ever put anything on a mobile phone ever again. Put it on consoles. You could do this idea. It'd be a very good idea. Very, very good idea.